The creation of military weapons tends to involve a fair amount of expertise and experience. Well-established countries put a lot of money to develop weapons. In a simple look, it costs much for the country to start a program of developing a new weapon. A lot of money is thrown into research, building, testing and maintenance. With that notice, let us take a look at 10 of the world's most expensive and costly weapons that have been created by mankind. Number 10. V-22 Osprey. The Boeing's V-22 Osprey is a prop plane capable of both extremely short takeoffs and landings as well as vertical takeoffs and landings. The Osprey is a tiltrotor aircraft, meaning its two 38-foot blades can tilt upwards and allow the aircraft to take off like a helicopter. The benefit of the V-22 is that once it is airborne and the rotors are tilted forward, it has a much greater range than a helicopter. The Osprey, which serves as a transport for troops, can travel up to 390 nautical miles without refueling it at a speed surpassing 260 miles per hour. There are 459 Ospreys currently on the Department of Defense's budget, each costing $95.2 million. The V-22 is currently owned by the US and Japan, with possible sales to other countries such as Israel in the future. Number 9. Chengdu J-20. Black Eagle. The Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon is a fifth-generation, single-seat stealth fighter aircraft made by China's Chengdu Aerospace Corporation. Following its earlier maiden flight in January 2011, it has been deployed in the People's Liberation Army Air Force since March 2017 and is China's first stealth aircraft. J-20 costs around $100 to $110 million each, while overall program expenses are estimated to be around $4.4 billion. Armament includes long-range PL-12CD and PL-21 air-to-air missiles, as well as internal cannons for close-range combat operations and PL-10 short-range AMS. It is also equipped with laser-guided and drop bombs, in addition to air-to-surface and anti-radiation missiles. J-20 is designed to carry out ground attack missions in hostile environments and reaches high altitudes of around 59,055 feet at supersonic speeds of approximately 1,305 miles per hour. It has a 60,000 feet min rate of climb and a 2,100 kilometers per hour range. Two WS-10G turbofan engines each produce 30,000 pounds of thrust with the use of afterburners. The Chinese fighter jet is 75.46 feet long and 49.21 feet wide. It has a 16.40 feet height and weighs 38,801 pounds, while its MTOW is around 77,162 pounds. The J-20 is fitted with fire control and engine management systems, as well as electronically scanned array radars to quickly detect and attack targets. Number 8. Lockheed Martin F-35. This American family of single-seat, single-engine, all-weather stealth multi-role combat aircraft that is intended to perform both air superiority and strike missions. It is also able to provide electronic warfare and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities. Lockheed Martin is the prime F-35 contractor, with principal partners Northrop Grumman and BAE Systems. The aircraft has three main variants: the conventional takeoff and landing F-35A, the short takeoff and vertical landing F-35B, and the carrier-based F-35C. The F-35 has become infamous for its ever-rising cost, which is expected to reach an estimated $1.5 trillion over the estimated 5.5 decades of its useful lifespan. In part, this is because it has spent more than a decade and a half in development, thus racking up year after year of development costs. It remains to be seen whether the F-35's stealth, superior sensors, and supersonic speed will enable it to live up to its reputation as the best fighter, but what you should know that a single plane will cost at least $110 million. Number 7. P-8A, Poseidon. The P-8A Poseidon is a militarized version of the Boeing 737-800 ERCs. It has been produced by Boeing for the US Navy and has an overall procurement cost of around $206.5 million per aircraft. India, Australia, the UK, and Norway are current users of the P-8A, while South Korea purchased 6 of the aircraft in 2018. The aircraft conducted its first flight in April 2009 and was introduced to the US Navy in November 2013. The P-8A detects and attacks hostile submarines and has the capacity to perform electronic support measures, including early warning self-protection, shipping interdiction, and anti-surface anti-submarine warfare. It also features radar-guided air-launched missiles for combat. The aircraft has a cruise speed of approximately 926 km per hour and can travel 60 meters over the sea at speeds of 333 km per hour. It has two CFM International high-bypass turbofan engines, each with 27,000 pounds of thrust and 180 kV power generators. P-8A is 129.5 feet long, has a height of 42.1 feet and a wingspan of 123.6 feet, and it can fly at maximum heights of 41,000 feet. It has a ferry range of 7,242 kilometers. In 2019, the U.S. Department of Defense awarded Boeing with a $326 million contract to upgrade the P-8A aircraft. Modifications will include development, integration and testing of Increment 3 Block 2 systems on the U.S. Navy and Australian government planes. 6. C-17 Globemaster III. The Boeing C-17 Globemaster III is a military transport aircraft used to carry equipment, personnel and vehicles. It was originally designed for the USAF, but is now used in many air forces across the world, including the US, UK, Australia, Canada, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, India, and Kuwait. It is also used in the International NATO Heavy Airlift Wing in Hungary. C-17 entered service in January 1995 and is jointly manufactured by McDonnell Douglas and Boeing Defense, Space and Security. Its flyaway cost is around $218 million, but its estimated total cost over the lifetime of the aircraft's program is $328 million. C-17 is renowned for its high reliability and maintainability, measuring 174 feet long and having a 169 feet 10 inches wingspan. Each of the four Pratt & Whitney F117PW100 turbofan engines power the aircraft with a 40,440 pounds thrust. The C-17's large aft ramp and door system enables heavy loading of Air Force equipment, while the aircraft is designed to carry and airdrop 102 paratroopers. Globemaster's maximum payload capacity is 170,900 pounds, and its MTOW is 585,000 pounds. It has a service ceiling of 45,000 feet at cruising speed, an unrefueled range of around 4,482 kilometers, 10,390 kilometers with paratroopers, and a cruise speed of 450 km. After 25 years of production, the company produced its last Globemaster in February 2015 and delivered it to the Qatar Emiri Air Force in 2016. However, the C-17 fleet's planned service life is not due to end until the 2030s. Number 5. F-22 Raptor. The Lockheed Martin is arguably the most advanced fighter jet in the world. It is also the most expensive jet that is still in production, costing $211 million per jet. With even costs going much more higher than estimated. Just 10 of these aircraft combined are worth more than the GDP of most African countries. The DoD currently has 188 on its budget. The Raptor, which first came into operation in 2005, is an extremely fast stealth fighter and is designed to identify, track and take out targets before it is ever actually seen. The fighter is equipped with two AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, 6 medium-range air-to-air missiles, a 20mm Gatling gun, two 1,000-pound bombs, and 8 250-pound bombs. It has a top speed of 2,414 km per hour and a range of 2,960 kilometers. Number 4. DDG-51 Destroyer. The DDG-51, also known as the Arleigh Burke class destroyer, has been in service since 1991. These warships were designed as multi-mission destroyers, able to fulfill the strategic land strike role with Tomahawk missiles, anti-aircraft warfare role with powerful Aegis radar and surface-to-air missiles, anti-submarine warfare with towed sonar array, anti-submarine rockets, an ASW helicopter, and anti-surface warfare with Harpoon missile launcher. With upgrades to their AN-SPY-1 phased radar systems and their associated missile payloads as part of the Aegis ballistic missile defense system, the ships of this class have also begun to demonstrate some promise as mobile anti-ballistic missile and anti-satellite weaponry platforms. Operating on 15 ships since March of 2009. Their hull and superstructure were designed to have a reduced radar cross-section. By now, there are roughly 60 in active service, with another 15 in the Department of Defense's budget. Each warship is more than 500 feet, stem to stern, with the second larger generation of Arleigh Burkes, displacing roughly 9,200 tons. They can move at a speed of 56 km per hour and have a maximum range of 8,100 km before going for maintenance. A single Arleigh Burke costs $1.8 billion, while all of the Arleigh Burkes in existence have cost about $101.8 billion. The destroyer is produced by a large group of contractors, including Bath Iron Works, General Dynamics and Northrop Grumman. The crew on each is roughly 350 servicemen. The newest generation is equipped with 2 vertical launching systems for Tomahawk missiles, a 53-gun, torpedoes and an advanced mine detection system. Number 3. Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit. The most expensive military aircraft ever made is the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit, also known as the Stealth Bomber, is an American heavy-penetration strategic bomber featuring low observable stealth technology designed for penetrating dense anti-aircraft defenses. It is a flying wing design with a crew of 2. The B-2 is almost impossible to detect via infrared, acoustic, electromagnetic, visual or radar signals, making it valuable but rather costly weapon. The cost of each aircraft averaged to $737 million in 1997 dollars. Total procurement costs averaged to $929 million per aircraft, which includes spare parts, equipment, retrofitting, and software support. The total program cost, which included development, engineering and testing, averaged to $2.1 billion per aircraft in 1997. Because of its considerable capital and operating costs, the project was controversial in the U.S. Congress. And the winding down of the Cold War in the latter portion of the 1980s dramatically reduced the need for the aircraft, which was designed with the intention of penetrating Soviet airspace and attacking high-value targets. During the late 1980s and 1990s, Congress slashed plans to purchase 132 bombers to only 21 and stopped the project. In 2008, a B-2 was destroyed in a crash shortly after takeoff, though the crew ejected safely. 20 B-2s are in service with the United States Air Force, which plans to operate them until 2032, then they will be replaced. Number 2. Virginia-class submarine. The Virginia-class, also known as the SSN-774 class, is a class of nuclear-powered cruise missile fast-attack submarines currently in military service in the United States Navy. Designed by General Dynamics Electric Boat and Huntington Ingalls Industries, these submarines are the United States Navy's latest undersea warfare platform, which incorporates the latest in stealth, intelligence gathering and weapons systems technology. They are designed for a broad spectrum of open ocean and littoral missions, including anti-submarine warfare and intelligence gathering operations. They are scheduled to replace older Los Angeles-class submarines, many of which have already been decommissioned. Virginia-class submarine are very huge with 377 feet, and its weight is almost 7,800 tons. They can travel 46 kilometers per hour, and the distance they can move is only limited by the foot of the crew members, as they have unlimited range of travel. They are very advanced and have almost 38 different types of weapons in it, which are also very latest and with new features which are also very expensive. These submarines are already in the oceans, and their number is almost 20. The unit price of this huge submarine is $2.8 billion. With over 66 of them needed. Their budget will come to over $185 billion. But of course that will come over a long period of time. Number 1. CVN-78 Class. At a cost of $12.998 billion, a single CVN-78 class aircraft carrier is the single most expensive military weapon to exist in the world, with only 3 that are active and costed over $35 billion. The United States Navy has intention of building more than 10 of them. The massive carrier is intended to replace the long-serving USS Enterprise. Given its name, it should come as no surprise to learn that this is the aircraft carrier of the future, with each one measuring around 4.5 acres. In simple terms, it's bigger than 3 football fields all combined together. And weighing more than 100,000 tons. It has the ability to carry up to 90 aircraft, including the Boeing F-A Super Hornet, Boeing EA-18G Growler, Grumman C-2 Greyhound, Northrop Grumman E-2 Hawkeye, Lockheed Martin F-35C Lightning, Sikorsky Sh-60 Seahawk helicopters, and unmanned combat aerial vehicles. These new vessels have a hull similar to the Nimitz-class carriers, but introduce technologies since developed such as the electromagnetic aircraft launch system, as well as other design features intended to improve efficiency and reduce operating costs, including sailing with smaller crews. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to watch more videos by tapping the videos above.